It's the simplest thing, but I'm so excited to stream and be able to talk. It's been forever. By the way, maybe this is a YouTube desktop thing. All you guys' names are all kinds of different colors like on Twitch, so it's kind of cool. I hope that it like stays throughout. So like for instance, if you have a red name, I hope you keep a red name, otherwise I'm going to get very confused. But we'll see how this goes. Danny, thank you for the 33 months, and Kyla, thank you for the 10 months, by the way. Welcome back, guys. I do appreciate that. We have a moose not in the right place. First time I get to watch, usually, it's cool. I'm glad you could stop in. Hopefully today will be the day. I will say, I don't know if I'll be rusty necessarily, because I've been playing a little Call of the Wild, made a couple of videos between Sunday's video and one for later in the week, but I definitely am going to be going in some of the wrong places because we haven't done this run in a while, so should be interesting. Mods are still blue bottom, boy, so unfortunately you are the same color you always are. What's up, Kai? Am I saying that right? I think that's probably it. What's going on, Spearly? Glad to see you back. Glad to be back, man. It's crazy how, I guess, maybe schedule-oriented I am. Just being away for a week, I was just constantly feeling like I should be doing something, like streaming or recording or editing or whatever. So it's good to be back in the swing of things. What are they doing over there? Alright. I mean, I'm not mad. We'll add some moose to the run. If Flinter gets a great one today, Flinter will be eating a peanut butter and pickle sandwich. So if I mess up the great one, I technically don't get a great one, so I guess that's my solution. Like an orange color, Spearly? What's up, Micah? AGR's near. If I get a great one today, I will eat a toenail. Oh, God. That could be on your channel. There you go. Look at you grinding. Still on it, man. Still on it. I did talk about it on Sunday's video. I intend to do more Reventually content going forward, so most grinds will be on streams, but ideally, we get it today or in the near future, and it's not a big deal, and we can really focus in on one thing. That's what's kind of, like, that's why we're still missing diamonds on Reventually. We've been after different great ones and stuff, and never really placed, like, full focus on Reventually diamonds. Can we get both of these? Maybe. What I should do is get closer, but they're kind of in a weird spot. Anytime you want to lift your head, we're all waiting on you, guy. There you go. I felt kind of good about that second shot. Did that get a lung? I guess not. Gotta track him, but he's gonna go down. So we have a tent right over there that we'll go and visit. Bottom boy, thank you for the 31 months, by the way. Welcome back. Blue, green, smaller, big. I don't mind. I like it. I hope they move that to mobile, because it's kind of cool. Miro, you got like a crimson red color. What's up, Bree? Missed the streams, as did I. It's such a part of every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday for the Farming Sim streams as of late. It just, like, it completely breaks my schedule. You always make great one grinds so easy, outside of the actual killing of the great ones, maybe. What's up, Reinhardt? Where do I put in my 2 weeks of vacation from modding for Tanzania? You gotta send a letter to 1212 Small Mail Lane. Did he just die right? Okay. Who needs tracking? On a red deer grind, I have 5 diamonds. Not too bad. I'm not sure if I have 5 diamonds on this moose grind. I got about 60 trolls, it feels like. Hope you get that big old moosey today. Me too, dude. I keep on seeing screenshots of like all these different combinations that I'm sure some people have had, but it's just because there's all the different racks and furs. You keep on seeing ones that you haven't seen yet, and man, they just all look so good. I really want to get one. What do we got there? Rooster, thanks for becoming a super chooser. That certainly rhymed. Appreciate it. Welcome on in. If you're not in the Discord, be sure to join that. Link up your YouTube, get the member roll, take advantage of that good stuff, and enjoy the emojis, and should still be green name in chat. Don't know what's going on with colored names on YouTube just yet. Nightbot just ain't happy. Nightbot's just, he's living in his own little bubble over there. 1 diamond on a red deer grind, 103 kills. Not too bad. Big meal. Oh, almost missed. What fur and rack are you wanting? If I got my choice, I want the oak fur type with the big typical like light colored rack. But I've seen like birch has really kind of captured my attention. I basically forgot it existed. I've seen that now with the rack I'm talking about and the what do they call it? The quad paddle rack or something like that. That one looks really good. There was another one that I saw, I think speckled, with that rack as well. Really nice. It's like 45 and windy, rainy today, and it most certainly not giving spring vibes. Yeah, it's cold out today. When I was turkey hunting this morning, like, it was cold. Felt like I was rifle hunting, but it gets, at least here, it tends to get the turkeys fired up. Like, cold weather gets them going. Love birch moose, great one. Yeah, like I said, I'm slowly coming around to that maybe being my preferred. So watch, I'll get an oak then, but I won't complain. Been warm here? Really? Isn't it just like cold and rainy for you guys all the time? No dumb moose pun in the title, not today. I figured we'd just make it clear that streams are coming back. They were supposed to come back yesterday. I got the video for yesterday all ready to go, was all set, set the title for Farming Sim, like it was gonna be a thing, and then like the dedicated server we got wasn't updated to the proper version of Farming Sim, so it, like, I couldn't play the game. So I don't really know. Hopefully that'll be fixed by next week. I don't know that I can do anything about it other than just wait. I've got 16 diamond whitetail and not one great one. Any advice? Honestly, if you're getting that many diamonds, I'd say you're on the right track. Just gotta keep doing it and hope that luck kind of breaks your way. Look at all these things everywhere. It almost makes me think something's going on, but I have fallen into that trap a billion times, so I don't know if I'll do it or not. Cold here too, I work outside all night. Oh my goodness, hope you got gloves or some kind of heater. Flinter just couldn't work it because he's a small male. What couldn't I? Oh, the server? I thought maybe you'd know something. I don't know. Way the Hunter better than Call of the Wild? Well, I do intend to stream Way the Hunter on Friday. I'm considering maybe Transylvania. I do want to go back there. Like, now that I kind of understand rares and stuff a bit, I'd love to get some albino red deer, but we'll see. I barely know where red deer are. Just really want to see you get a great one live. I would actually be interested to, like, if this makes any sense, find out what my own reaction would be, because I don't know how I'd react to that. Especially in a live setting, because it may be more of the, like, because I'll be talking about something, sometimes when I'm mid-sentence and then we spot a diamond, I'm just kind of like, oh. So I hope it's not that, because that would be lame. Would herd management help me any? As far as great ones go, I have no idea. There's differing opinions out there as to whether or not herd management has any effect on the actual spawning of great ones. It will definitely get you more diamonds if you want that. But it's pretty much unknown at this point as to whether or not it increases great ones. How was little raptor pup? She did fantastic. She's in heat right now, so she's loving that, but we had her, it was like a 12.5-hour drive total, or like trip, I should say, 11 or 11 and a half of actual driving. She was chilling. I mean, she was doing great in the truck. No problems. My reaction to a great one live is a DD33 impression? Could be. Maybe we'll find out today. Head to the hills in the north of Transylvania, beautiful up there. Those are my favorite areas to hunt. Are you talking about like up in Chamois and Mouflon country? Red deer basically everywhere from southwest to northeast on a diagonal. The only place I definitely know for red deer, and I don't even know the name of the cabin anymore. It's the one where there's like red deer, fallow deer, and roe deer. There's a lake just south of that cabin. That's the spot. What's up, Alex? You are by far the best person to help me with Hunter Call of the Wild. God bless you. Well, I'm glad the videos and everything have been helpful. Always the goal to kind of help people learn the game and hopefully have more success. You didn't get the pup snips? She's scheduled May 26th or something like that. There are chamois in the Transylvania map? Yeah, up north. Funny enough, they're actually some of the easiest things to hunt on that map because, well, for me, because Transylvania is so thick. My PlayStation got taken away, that's not good. What's up, H2O? That's the northeast cabin, it has brown bear near there too, does it? I've probably hunted Transylvania since brown bear were added like twice. I'm level 12 and I've yet to shoot my first diamond, but I'm gonna keep shooting. I think I was level 40 or so you're you're more than fine still waiting on the first. What weapon are you going to take the great one with? That's a good question. I've been planning on using the Hawk Edge CB70 still. Because that's what I use for the whitetail, that's what I use for the red deer. It's what I've always intended to use for a great one black bear, if we ever find one. But I don't know. The reason that I use it isn't for a challenge thing necessarily. It's more so like, I want to set something in place that's going to require me to get close. Because you spend all this time grinding, you know, maybe hundreds of hours, thousands of kills. I just want to take a moment to appreciate the encounter and the model and everything that goes into it. What are you doing up there? Anyway, so we could do that with a pistol or something too, but as is the plan is to use the bow anyway. What's up, Timothy? What's your overall favorite weapon in Call of the Wild? Recency bias is definitely showing here, but probably the 7mm bolt action. I really do like that thing. Of course, I included it in my best universal loadout video, and then used it on Sunday to kill a piebald moose. It didn't seem like he was that far away. He could be going... There's a zone... No, not here. There's another place very similar to this. There's a zone to our south, but not here.
Skill issue.
Thank you. I mean, an option would be... see if he goes alert. She went alert. Give me a warning call. Not you. Oh. Man, everything's different. I don't want to fall into that trap. I'm just saying. It's a lot of weird different stuff going on right now. Did you ever get the glitch Great One Black Bear on Layton? Now, I was very much opposed to doing that. Great Ones are supposed to be like I almost want to call them... Sacred's the... Well, I almost treat them as a sacred thing. Like, I don't put Great Ones in my thumbnails. I don't put the word Great One in my title unless I get one. Because I want it to be known when it shows up in a thumbnail or title, like that's what's happening in that video. But, yeah, to me that just kind of completely diminishes the entire point of Great One, so I never did it. Is the Zarza better than the M1? It's funny you asked that, because that's what I'm using in the next video. Technically the next video is a montage, but the one after that. I'm using the M1 for once, but I would say it is. Power-wise, they're fairly similar, but the Zarza has much less recoil, and I would probably say it is just a touch more powerful. All those moose down there, too. If you take a couple more steps. No? Well, we'll just mark that area and go and look, because I think we have a moment to track it on the second one. Great One Muley, question mark? I would love a Great One Mule Deer. I think that'd be amazing. I hid mine in my lodge. His name is Cocaine Bear. I like the name. What fur type? Does it fit the vibe there? What's going on, Master? Sneaky Moose? It is interesting. They're like going to all these different places now. Somebody asked, can I take down a moose with a 308? Yeah, no problem. Glacial, that does fit the vibe. Are you using the 270? I don't have the 270 in this loadout. I've got the 300 pretty much just for moose grinding. I do have the 7mm. I actually don't even remember why it's in this loadout at this point. I guess just because it's a good deer gun. And then I have the 243, should we see like a level 9 coyote, and the 22 for alerting moose and such. Great One Kudu because I go to Tanzania. I mean, if you can bring one back, that'd work. Do we hard shot both? That guy didn't go anywhere. How do you save loadouts on PC? So, if we didn't have moose right in front of us, I would just hurry up and go show you. But basically, you go to the storage, and in your storage, kind of like the top right, there's a bunch of options for different loadouts. When you customize that loadout, you then press the S key, and that saves it. Do you like Verhunga? Love it. One of my all-time favorite maps. The only reason we haven't hunted it as much lately is because anytime that I want to go there, I end up going to Reventuli because we're still missing diamonds there. Parquet is so good for red deer now. There are a lot of red deer on Parquet. If the Great One red deer came out today, and I knew everything I knew about Parquet and like how the red deer hunting on that map is now, I'd probably go there. As much as pumas can be annoying, it's so good. I don't think you can, Ty. I don't think you can change any graphic settings on Xbox. I could be wrong. Maybe someone in here that actually plays on Xbox is going to have an answer for you, but at least there was a time that you couldn't turn it off. I don't know if they just walked down over this little hill. If they spook, it's not the worst thing. Shotgun chokes. I think that could be a cool thing, especially given how fast waterfowl are now. I think some people are going to be more inclined to, you know, lead them too much. Maybe they're right down here? Yep. Let's see if we can get this guy. That's a bull too. It's probably a level 1. That's a 2. Maybe we'll get him next time. Anyway, if you could kind of, I'm going to say customize with chokes, shotguns to your liking, it could probably generally make everybody better. Danny, thank you for the super chat. TSA agent, sir, why is your bag moving and smell like poop? Oh, that's just my emotional support kudu. Don't worry about him. You might be able to get away with that. I don't know if it's all animals, but at least like dogs, I think it's $50.
I saw someone, they had a peacock as their emotional support animal on a plane. So.
On a plane?
Yes, a peacock.
Well, they're small, so.
Not really.
I'm kidding.
When they're in the aisle and their tail's all up in the way.
You can't get rid of haze. I'm on right now. Okay. That's what I thought. Unfortunately, it would be nice if you could turn it off. It would even save a little bit of performance, I think, but it is what it is, I suppose. There's a lot of meese out here, and I don't know why, but I'm not complaining. What's your favorite rare overall? In terms of ones we got, definitely the Fireball Diamond Gray Fox. In terms of just like my favorite rare fur variants, there's a lot I like. I'm trying to come up with like a unique one. You know what? Probably Leucisticate Buffalo. I just think they look very cool. Instead of taking a really long shot and tracking that for forever, let's actually mark that. We have a level 3 over here to get to. How many diamonds do you have? We are at, I believe, 995. 994. Close enough. This number is obviously incorrect. When Bloodhounds came out, the game was incorrectly counting golds as diamonds, and our number is exactly 300 higher than it should be. Where was that level 3? He may have heard those shots and spook. That's kind of looking like the case, so we'll just run over here. You sure it's not piebald meese? You know, David, I said it to Kyla, I think it maybe was after I was done editing the video. Like, it was for a while, even with just piebald cow meese and stuff. It was just like, oh, no way, there's another piebald, cool. It's literally getting to the point, like, get out of here, stop. It can't be. It not annoying yet, but it's working its way there. Have you heard about a new map coming to Call of the Wild? I have not heard anything. I'd imagine sometime this month, we'll probably start to hear clues and stuff just based on past EW trends. What's up, Wilbur? You have a Leucisticate Buffalo and I thought it was an albino? They're pretty close. The Leucistics are just like a little less bright white, I guess. Not gonna kill that other one, but that's okay. You know what? Better idea. Will he hear that? There we go. If you don't mind, sir. I tried to dome that other one. Didn't work, but worth a try. What's up, Donkey King? Piebald Moose is going to be the next running joke of the channel, like 12. It's working its way there. I remember, maybe it was on the grind when I was talking about, there was a comment that said Piebald Moose are actually uncommon, but if that were the case, in whatever, 1,100 some odd kills here on Layton, we'd have a Piebald Moose by now. Which great one is better fur types? I'd say the moose has the best fur types. The bear's good, but I'd say the moose has that pretty well locked up. They gotta add ocellated turkeys to parquet. They look cooler than actual peacocks. Speaking of that, the other thing I'd love for them to do is to add, I think it's golds? I always get the fourth one wrong in the Grand Slam, but it would be really, you could have the multi-mount, right? But it'd be really fun to just do like, let's see if we can get a Diamond Grand Slam this month or something like that. Could be a fun little challenge. Where was he standing? Sir 12 can figure that out. What's the best map for hunting white-tailed deer? In my opinion, it's Reventuli Coast now. It was Rancho for a long time. Obviously Layton when it was the only whitetail map. But I really think the amount of whitetail you can get on Reventuli, the amount of locations, the fact that it's generally pretty open, I think that's the best. Is an albino moose more rare than a melanistic moose? Melanistic probably would be more rare. What DLC would you recommend to buy next? I have Bloodhound and Yukon Valley. If it were me, I might get Weapon Pack 1. The 22 has two really important functions. Obviously, it's in Weapon Pack 1. The first is just to shoot Class 1 animals, so whether it's ducks on the water, or geese, or rabbits in the distance, anything like that. The other, though, and you maybe just saw me do it, is to be able to shoot near big game animals and alert them, because what that does is that makes them often turn around and face you and stand still for a moment as they're alert, and you can get a clear shot. So, for me, like, if I'm doing any big game hunting, I'll always have the 22 just to be able to do that. I highly recommend having it. Dr. Raccoon, what's going on, man? Day's going pretty decent. I'm a little bit tired, got up early to turkey hunt this morning, but, you know, we're chilling, love the content. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. There is a schmoll meese out there. It's like an 85% chance we don't go and claim this. I never remember to go over there. How far into a diamond grind do you consider yourself unlucky? I'm approximately 400 kills into my blacktail grind with 5 trolls but no diamonds. Somewhere in that area, 300-400 is about where I start to think I'm unlucky. With Red Fox, we went 700. But Red Fox, that was too low. Red Fox are also, like, a rare diamond, so I thought maybe it was just that. What's up, Mr. Freeze? The South was fun. We had a good time. Got to take Shadow out on the boat. She had an absolute blast that day. She got to meet Kyla's mom's dogs, and I think she definitely made, like, significant progress in just interacting with the other dogs. Just today, I was going to get the mail, and then on my way back, the neighbor's dog was actually, like, several hundred yards above the neighbor's house on the road, so I, like, herded it back with the truck. But then Shadow got out, and instead of being, like, all uptight and, like, don't touch me, she was actually running around a little bit, so it was good. Did you get a bird this morning? I should have. The thing that's... I was going to just straight up tell the story, but I figured I'd wait till someone asked. The thing that's really bugging me about it is that I did the thing that I hate when people do. So, to lay out the story, yesterday, well, first of all, we got home from Georgia at like 8 p.m. Saturday night. Yesterday was rainy, and it looked like there was going to be rain the next couple days, so I brought a ground blind, I took it to Mom and Dad's, and I set it up at like 5 o'clock. Literally within 30 minutes of me getting back, there were 2 big toms out in the field, and I'm like, I'm set. These things, they're chilling right by the blind, it's getting late, they're not going to roost far away. That's a pretty good male. So like, I really thought I had a good chance. I get in there this morning, and they are hammering. I'm like 6-8 birds, maybe more than that, all over the place. And there were some hens calling too. And I just had a feeling, I was like, there's so many birds here. If I keep calling, one of them is going to lose the battle for those hens, and it's going to come visit me. Right off the roost, I heard one like 60 yards away gobble. I'm like, okay, he's coming. So, I get all set. He pops up over the hill, and it was pretty windy, and the foam decoy I had, as I'm trying to shoot this moose, the foam decoy I had was breakdancing in the field, alright? It was nuts. And he's kind of looking at that, he's a little unsure about it. starts looking back down the hill. I thought maybe he was going to go visit the live hens. So I just decided, I was like, you know what? I can make a 40-yard shot. I pulled the trigger. He drops for a second and gets up and flies away. That was a 5. It was the troll, but anyway. So he flew off. He was fine. I looked back at the footage and I hit him. If I was 3 inches higher, I'd have got him. It was just right, like, top of the body, base of the neck. So, the reason I said I did what I hate when people do is that I didn't get to practice with my shotgun this year because I got sick, and I was like, every waking moment I was working on videos, and then we were in Georgia, so I didn't get to do anything when we got back. And I just didn't know. I remembered last year that it patterned high, but I guess at 40 yards it didn't. It was basically dead on. I aimed low, I hit low. So anyway, yeah, quite disappointing. I should have had my first long beard this morning, and instead, I have a sad story. What's up, Will? Big fan from Belgium here. Love the hunting. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate you stopping in today. We have actually a couple of big males all of a sudden. Did that hit the heart? It did. Finally got a 5-star on Aurora Shores. It was... where are we going? It was a Kodiak. With the recurve crossbow, gonna put him on the standing mount? You should, man. That's awesome. Is that a Flantro? Yes. Thanks for the story happens to us all. Yeah, you know... there's another funny side of it that I'll share because I finally decided that I'm gonna start filming in 4K. Because, A... more and more people have devices that can actually watch 4K, and also, even if you're watching in 1080, it's crisper, it's clearer. I noticed that watching... what was I watching? A Creek Kings video, I think, if you guys are familiar with that channel. So, I decided to do that. The first thing I filmed in 4K was me oofing, so I got a nice clear shot of being bad. Caught in 4K, literally. That was what I thought. I didn't say, I should have said that to the camera. Is the power pack worth it? I think it's more worth it for newer players, not new players, because everything in that pack, other than the 308, I think, you still need to get weapon score to unlock. But if you're, say, level 30 or so, I'd say it's really good for that. If you're well into the game and you're looking for like grinding weapons and stuff, I mean, as you can see, I'm using the 300 over the 338, so I would say it's not worth it for stuff like that. Hello? Well, that is not a big male. It's a dead male. I did the same thing you did, but I actually got my bird. You hit low and still got him? Am I understanding that right? Is the 338 too much for a moose? No. What gun are you using? The 300 Canning Magnum that is from the Yukon Valley DLC. There's still a Great One Black Bear on Layton. You can't get it through the missions, but you can get a Great One Black Bear on Layton by grinding for him. Tips for a white-tailed jackrabbit. I'll be honest, I don't hunt them very often and probably don't have any proper tips, but where was I? I was finding quite a few. I think it's down in here. It was just when I was doing a multiplayer hunt, but I did have a lot of tracks and stuff. How many great ones do you have? Just 2. 1 whitetail, 1 red deer. None lately, Andrew. I just haven't been home in the last week, and in the prior days, trying to just push to get enough content for a week for while I was away. I just didn't have time to sink into the black bear grind. Hopefully soon I'll be able to kind of get back to it and keep going. I really, if it wasn't for the amount of time that we've put in, I could imagine just putting it on hold for 6 months or whatever, but I don't want to abandon it because we've got 5,000 plus kills. You know, we put a lot of time into that. What's up, Cat? Started playing this awesome game because of your vids. Love your content, and I learned a lot from your videos. Thanks, and keep it up. Well, I'll definitely do my best. Appreciate you stopping in and checking out the stream as well. Sorry to hear you didn't get the gobbler. I got my first turkey this year. I walked into the woods to a different patch of woods at 11:08. Our season here goes to 12, as does ours. At 11:21, I had a dead turkey. Not bad, man. Not bad at all, especially to kill one late in the day like that, or late in the morning. I think those are extra cool. Because, like, what I did today was basically call one off the roost. And that's a skill in and of itself, I guess, but I find they're so much harder to get a response from, or to even call in later in the morning. Not a clue, Captain Murray. More than 12. How many zones do you think I need on my Great One Whitetail grind in Reventuli? I'm not one to, like, count zones or anything, really. I try to have, I wouldn't even go with zones so much. I try to have, like, 15 to 20 spots, if that makes sense. Because you can play 16 tents. And you've also got, you know, there's going to be some lakes that are close enough to an outpost to just spawn at the outpost and not put a tent there. I basically try to get to as many locations per drink time, because animals drink for different lengths of times, but per hour, usually per drink time, as I can. Usually for me that's 15 to 20. To Hirschforden for 12 seconds. Did I say Hirschforden? I don't know what my brain just did. I like the Bronco shade that the goat just threw there. How do you have 22 million in game? I have at the moment 6,119 hours. It has just built up over time. I used to, at some stage, maybe when I got to 1 million cash or so, I used to like just spend money on whatever willy-nilly, just like buy thousands of ammo and stuff. I don't do that anymore because I basically want to see how far I can push the cash number, so I just, in a weird way, having more money than I'll ever spend in the game, I still hoard it. Hirschforden Filter 2023, add to the dictionary. Sounds good, Alex. Need to go. When you stream again, I will join again. Well, Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, I'll do a classic stream over on Twitch, and then Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, it at least currently is planned to be a Way the Hunter stream over on Twitch. The next YouTube stream will be next week, same time, same place. Is PC or console better for the Hunter Call of the Wild? Hard to answer what's better necessarily, but I mean, typically PC like is a little more stable and smooth. Now, there is a side of it, because consoles are more popular, more people own consoles. If you're playing multiplayer a lot, you'll probably have a better experience on console because you're going to have more options to go to different servers. When does spring black bear season open up in your part of PA? We don't have a spring bear season. We only have, I guess, technically 2 fall bear seasons, like an archery and a rifle. What's up, Caden? No server selection? True, but you can, well, actually, does it? Never thought how Xbox works. It may just put you in the server with the lowest ping, but when I did play on Xbox a bit, I would just, you know, I would join a server if there were too many people, or if there were people in the places I wanted to be, or if the time wasn't good. Just leaving and rejoining typically did put me in another server. Typing in all chat's a little bad on console. Is there a text chat on console now? Have you ever hunted in Atlanta? I haven't. Not in Atlanta, but within a reasonable distance of Atlanta. We've talked about maybe different opportunities, but we haven't done anything like that just yet. I think most of our meets are a little late. Did we go here? We did. That was where that 5 was. Alright, why don't we try the coast? A little early, but let's see what happens. Okay, just a voice chat. That was how I remembered it, but I thought maybe they since added it. It would be tough to do a text chat on console. What's up, kid? What have you been after in Way the Hunter since you're at the perfect number of 5-star caribou? Tips to level up faster? Honestly, I'd go to Teawaroa with, like, basically any decent 4-8 weapon. whether that's the 30-06, the 308, the new 7mm bolt action, anything like that, and just shoot every fallow deer and red deer you see. Voice chat's horrible. What I used to do was just like start a party and then be in it myself and not like accept any requests or whatever, because if you do that, it mutes the rest of the game's voice chat. Just joined. Anything good yet? We shot a troll level 5 moose unknowingly. We couldn't spot it, but troll's not a big deal. Yellow's hunt with the dog, does it affect much? Unless you're calling in things like really close, no. It'll spook things maybe that are within 10 meters of it. Other than that, it's as if it's not there. And of course, it has the ability to track things down and help you blood trail. I saw what you said on Discord. NC has too many inbreds? What? I don't. Oh, that wasn't me. That's probably Acid, because there's like 4 people in my Discord named Flantro. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's true, Tuck. That definitely doesn't help. Just started playing yesterday. Quite a good game. Your videos help me learn fast. That's awesome, man. Glad they've been helpful, and glad you're enjoying the game as well. If Flantro isn't orange in Discord, it's not him. It's true. The best level 9 weapon, in my opinion, is this right here. The 300. It's a class 7 to 9. You would think things like the 470 would be better, but it's just, on top of being able to have a way better scope than the 470, it just performs better. And no fear, Muskrat is here. What's going on, man? Welcome on in. Just accidentally reset my progress. Oh no. I wish you were able to get that back somehow. There should be like a, oops, I didn't mean to hit that button. Young Cloud, am I saying that right? Thank you for the super chat and super sticker. I certainly appreciate it. No worries, Caden. You can't even see the time on console? You can on PlayStation, right? Just Xbox, I think. Doesn't let you see it. So do you think they'll buff the 470? They should. It may actually make the, what is it, 90,000 price tag worth it? Do I think they will? Yeah, it's been 5 years. Haven't done it yet. Best DLC to buy in the game. I think one of the best things to buy, I was just talking about it earlier, is the Weapon Pack 1 DLC, specifically for the 22. Because it's got a couple of functions. Fending off charging moose is not one of them. But the main thing is, did we brain shot that thing? It's dying. Hang on. Maybe it is good for fending off charging meese. Let's take a look. It had to be what happened. Okay. Sure. That makes sense. Well, good to know. Maybe we'll mess with that a little bit more. So, what its main functions are, other than that, are obviously shooting class 1 animals, like, you know, the things you're supposed to shoot with it. Rabbits, ducks, things like that. And the other really important thing it does, it's hard to explain, but basically you can shoot near animals with it as long as they're over 100 meters and they won't spook. They'll go alert and turn towards you, and that can give you a chance to switch to your big game rifle and get a much more preferable angle. Acid, thank you for the double 12. Welcome back. How you doing? We were just talking about you because I think somebody mistook you, Flantro, in Discord for me, Flantro, in Discord. There's a short, I should make a short or something out of it, because the poor Clips channel, I did have plans to have things going up on the Clips channel too when we were gone, but then, you know, 6 drugs, I could barely get enough content out on the main, so it's just been sitting there, yearning to be loved again. Should I get the 9.3 or the 300 in Classic? I love the 9.3 in Classic, it's really good, but I'd probably go 300. There's a couple of things with the 9.3. It's particularly heavy, so that will cause you to sway a little bit more. And this is a ticky-tack thing. But because it's over-under, I think you get like a longer reload than just the single shot 300. And the 300 does just as well. That would be interesting actually it probably shoots a little faster on average. But I don't know, it'd be fun to time that out and see. Young Cloud, thank you again for the super chat, I really appreciate it. Hey man, I've been playing for a few years and was wondering, what is your advice on hunting diamonds? The biggest thing when it comes to trying to find diamonds is hunting for the right species at the right time. And I'll even say in the right place. So, we're doing a Great One Moose grind right now, so not necessarily looking for diamonds, but in looking for a Great One Moose, we're bound to stumble into diamonds as well. The way that we're doing that is by hunting for moose in their drink time. Moose drink time is 12 to 1600, however, moose are notorious for getting to their drink zones late, so we're actually hunting from 1400 to 1600, but that aside, the first two are checked off there, the right animal at the right time, hunting them in their drink time. I would hunt literally anything in their drink time. So if you're, for instance, if you're hunting single player, and you're hunting late lakes, and it's 8 o'clock, that's whitetail drink time. I'd be going to places where, you know, there's whitetail. That side of it, knowing where to go, just comes with experience and time played. But kind of a little shortcut to that. If you join multiplayer, you can see the host's zones and all discovered zones in that session. So for instance, you know, maybe you don't know where to look for moose. If you start scrolling over some of these zones, you start to see a couple of moose drink zones. And those areas on your map, maybe not the exact same zones, but those areas will have moose on your map too. The most forgettable animals, the mustard, they need more maps with them. I think they're less forgettable now that they're basically in like droves on Medved, but I do agree. More maps would make them a little more like sought after. Which update was that, Lord? What did I miss? Nothing too special. We actually just accidentally brain shot a cow moose with a 22. I didn't know you could do that, but learn something new every day, I guess. Literally hunting must deer right now. There you go. Interesting creatures, definitely unique. How many kills are we into the grind? I think we're just over 1100. And I say I think because I can't remember what we left off on when we left to go to Georgia, so it's 1110 or 1120-ish, I think. Chamois are forgettable? Now that they don't have drink zones, and much like must deer, you used to see chamois in just, you know, droves of like 30 or 40. I'm not gonna lie, in the distance that thing looked red, and I thought somehow that was it. Anyway, yeah, now that they're just up in the mountains and away, you never really do encounter them anymore. I feel like I've gone full old man status, but I haven't played video games in almost 3 weeks. I just play golf in my free time. Do you, oh, it's two separate moose. Do you, while you're golfing and you see kids on their phone, do you do the old back in my day thing? Can I spot you? There we go. Nice. Okay, that's 2. Gotta be careful about hunting pressure, but if we get in the duck blind over here, we'll be fine. Isn't it 1112? You know what? It should be if it's not. Flinter cooks some mean toast. Yeah, just don't ask me to make breadsticks. Some people here must know that story. Was that a bull? Almost looked like a bull. Got a super diamond yesterday. Melodiamond must do. That's really cool. I only know of one that's ever been shot before, and it was a really weird video where like the editing didn't seem right, and it was max weight and max score, so I'm not so sure that was legit. Tell the story? What am I telling the story of? Hello there. Let's actually get in this. Well, yeah, let's get in the blood. The extra toasted breadsticks, you got it. Smoke alarm and all. Makes me want to go to Saint Denis and shoot some people, to be honest. When you said you haven't played video games, the first thing I thought of was just like, how long has it been since you played Red Dead? He tried to sabotage us just there. Buttered toast is a gift from the gods. I almost said I don't like toast on my butter. He sabotaged us again. What a jerk. We'll make him die for that. And that spooked the rest of them. Sweet, that's definitely what I wanted. What makes Classic more immersive than Call of the Wild, in your opinion? I'd say it's a number of factors. The biggest thing is like almost the necessity to move slow. Because spooking animals in Classic comes with like a big drawback. If you spook something in Classic, you won't be able to call it in for like 10 minutes. It's going to be more likely to spook again from like a farther distance. Like they're more, to use a Call of the Wild term, alert. So I think there's that. That makes you hunt slower because spooking animals is a bigger deal. You spook something in Call of the Wild, it comes right back, or you can just run after it and track it, wait till it stops in the distance and shoot it. There's not much animal stopping the distance and letting you shoot it in Classic. The other thing I would say is just like the frequency of trophies and the difficulty of getting them. There's really no shortcutting other than spawn mashing, which is just like a straight up exploit, as we've had many such conversations on this channel before, so we won't get into that, but it's the right level of difficult to really just make it feel realistic. It's not overdone, you know, it's not like you're killing one deer every year as it may be in real life, but it's just right in my opinion. What is happening here? Does hunting pressure go away? Yes, as you, I'll say, create more hunting pressure elsewhere, old hunting pressure goes away. When are you going to make a lodge for piebald moose? If we get a couple more, I'm going to have to. Favorite great one fur type for moose? Oak, but birch is growing on me. A lot. Can you do a live video on Red Dead 2 online hunting? Maybe. I can't remember if it was when I did Subnautica or actually when we started doing Red Dead streams on Twitch. We had achieved all the required numbers to get partner on Twitch, and then we applied, and I never heard back. So I was like, okay, I guess we gotta get to the numbers again and apply again. So just as like that was crossing my mind, I was getting ready to start doing more streams. I randomly, I just got the thing that I was accepted. I guess they were way behind. So I didn't get to do it, but one of the plans had been legendary hunting in Red Dead. I thought that was going to be a really fun thing. We just never got to do it. How many kills are you into the grind? On Leighton, a little over 1,100. Leighton and Medved combined, about 2,500. Favorite rifle caliber in real life? It's only my favorite because it's what I use for deer hunting, but 7mm Mod 8. I love that thing. I've shot 5 deer with it now. I've hit every one of them heart, and obviously you haven't tracked a single one. Got a 95% midterm, nice. So here's the thing, all those meese came back, and now we don't have a way to reduce pressure, so this should be good. Ooh, we got turned. Might have been intestines. He'll die, but we'll be tracking him for a bit. Just followed you on Twitch. Well, I appreciate that. Hopefully, we will catch you there Wednesday night or Friday or potentially next Sunday if the server works and we can actually do the farming sim stream. Did you just call moose mice? I called him meese, probably. What's up, Soup? Time to behave. Chillins? What is chillins? Do you think they'll ever make it so we can rename weapons, for instance, changing the name of the 6.5 to the 6.5 Creedmoor? That may be an option.
Skill issues.
Thank you. Because one of the issues potentially is you know, branding or trademarks or any of those types of things, but if we just name it that, like, what if we could nickname weapons, right? Like, what would somebody name their hunting rifle? I feel like it's always, like, Old Betsy or whatever. Like someone that names the 30-30. You guys know what I'm talking about? Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. So, that could be the idea behind it, but then actually we just all name things, like, after the guns that we want them to be. Pooper Duper? I mean, you can name your rifle whatever you want, you know. Watermelon does not mix with mint. Had you asked, I could have told you that for free. You call your 12-gauge Morris? I've never named a gun. Not that I can think of, anyway. What's up, Chris? Love the content, fully addicted to Way the Hunter. I feel that. I almost streamed Way the Hunter today, chasing that melanistic around on Nez Perce, but it's just going to be a while till he gets to peak age, so I figured we better get back to the moose grind. RJ, thanks for renewing your Shusty membership. I don't know how you got that alert to go off. Normally the membership ones don't work, but glad it did. Welcome back, man. It also didn't show up in chat, funny enough. A burr. Haven't tried Way the Hunter yet? I would absolutely recommend it. If you have the ability to run it, give it a try. I think the slugs deserve a buff a little. Yeah, they're kind of underpowered. I'd agree with that. Need a new update on Way the Hunter? More rares would be great. I don't know how difficult, and I'm sure it's significantly more difficult than I would expect. I don't know how hard it is to make a fully new texture thing for rares, but if they could do, you know, every month or something, 4 more rares like they did, I think that would be huge for the game. Because as much as I've loved chasing 5-star animals around, you know, getting my first 5-star whitetail was a big thing. What was another, like, the 5-star black bear was really cool. If we ever get a 5-star caribou, that'll be a big deal. But there was nothing like the albino whitetail. And obviously the melanistic that we're watching now, too. Couple of burrs. As long as they're not great one burrs, I don't care what they do. Are rares genetic in Way the Hunter? Albinos technically are just random. Melanistics are, I think they only spawn in like herds with high genetic potential, but if it's the same as collars, high fitness animals is just above 50%, so that's not a huge bar. Many animals are above 50%. Love your streams? Well, thank you, I appreciate that. That thing is still going. I don't know if we're gonna go claim that. I think we're just gonna let it go. The only thing is, so I'll explain what we're doing. We're gonna fast travel away from where I want to go and then back. If you're within render of an animal and then fast travel also still within render of it, you'll spook it. So if we fast travel out of render and then back, it's not a big deal. Use max weight? I know. We got a level 2 diamond turkey on Leighton though, it's alright. Favorite grit one moose rack? Definitely the big typical like light colored rack. I do like the big, I like them all frankly, but the big crazy non-tip one's cool too. I don't know. A big typical moose is just really cool to me. And a typical great one in general is very cool to me. Nothing in sight. Now it could be that we were just running up there like lunatics and shooting the turkeys. That may have had something to do with it. Show your inventory? Can do. Let me get that. Do the regular way so you can read the list. I don't know, Owen. Maybe. Normally I do once a year, like right at the end of the year. Especially now, like at the beginning it was changing so much because when you start a new lodge, almost any fairly significant kill is like an upgrade over something or a new addition or whatever. Now in a year, we might make 50 at most additions. So like It doesn't change a ton over 6 months. We'll see though. I think I used to do the lodge tours every 6 months. Show us the toes? No. The Great One needs more features. I could get on board with that. Out of curiosity though, like, is there a specific thing that you have in mind that you'd like to see? Not that I have any influence in that, but I want to know, because maybe if I start yapping about it, they'll do it. Get some people kind of onto it. How to be a true gamer. Watch a Flinter stream while playing Minecraft. They tell me that you find more diamonds if you watch Flinter streams while playing Minecraft. It's a fact. Do you have an opinion on whether not picking up your kills affects your grind or not? Some people say always pick up your kills, some people say it doesn't matter. I don't know whether or not it does. What I will say is, I do pick up all my kills because I think it's kind of like not in the spirit of the game to leave everything lay. And if you do want to leave everything lay, I don't mind. Like, go for it. It's like a me thing. I don't like to cheat the system in a way, and it's kind of doing that. Like different furs? I gotcha. I would love an underwater map on Call of the Wild. Like spearfishing, or where's that lead to? I think a unique call for a Great One would be cool. I'm with you on that. Like, on one hand, it does give itself away. But, you know what would be an interesting, actually, statistic? Of Great Ones that are killed in Call of the Wild, I wonder how many are killed in grinds and how many are random encounters. I would bet it's far and away mostly grinds, because if that's the case, they're going to be found anyway. So if they have a unique call, it would maybe be even better than, like, locating the track, because for both Great Ones that we have, the first thing I did was spot it, right? Like, I didn't pick up a heavy track and be like, oh, there's a Great One on the map. But that's kind of like a dream scenario of mine, because then you don't know what it looks like. I think the call is the exact same thing, but maybe even better. You don't lie, I just found diamonds? See, it's science. True rack equivalent to Way the Hunter? Way the Hunter does need some more varied racks too. They've done a good job, but more options would be good. There's like a high rack whitetail that somebody got lately that I had never seen before. I think it looks really good. More kinds of furs? I think the moose and black bear maybe have enough furs. Moose in particular, because you still got the different combinations of racks and furs. But like, red deer, you literally can't get any furs. It's just what you get every time. And whitetail, I think they can be regular rares. I'm not sure if that's ever been confirmed or not. And then obviously they have that fabled piebald that like maybe a couple people ever have found. Way the Hunter needs to get good. It is good. You need to get good. How many Great Ones do you have? Just 2. 1 whitetail, 1 red deer. Favorite soda? I was just gonna answer what I'm drinking, which is Mountain Dew Zero. It's probably just regular Mountain Dew, I guess. I do like root beer a lot. That's like a childhood thing, though. Anyway, I drink Mountain Dew Zero because I try to stay away from sugar as much as I can. So, it's become like a favorite by default, but non-zero sugar version, I guess, would be my favorite. It's pop, depends on where you're from. That's true. If Way the Hunter had non-typical racks, you couldn't use uneven as a reasonable assumption for low genetics at an early age. Yeah, if, especially if they had the ability to, like, grow additional drop times and stuff as they age. That'd be a good little system, I like it. I will wait. And shoot you first. Still turned right as we shot. Got a lung anyway. I had an interesting one there. How can hunting games make still hunting more rewarding than running and gunning? The only game I've ever played that's done it is Classic, and it has to be done. It almost has to be baked into the game's core mechanics, because the reason that still hunting, when you say still hunting, do you mean literally sitting in a tree stand, or you mean like walking around? I think it works both ways in Classic anyway. Because there's no zones or anything in Classic, animals are always wandering. So you can sit in the stand, and you can sit there all day, and animals are going to keep on coming by every now and then. It's not constant, but every 10, 15 minutes, sometimes more often if you're in a really good spot, something's going to wander by. You can't really replicate that in games with zones because other than when animals are traveling to their zone, so you'll have brief little times when there's a bunch of stuff passing through, it's just going to be dead areas. Tree stands? Yeah, I think it has to be if you're not getting enough animals, because it can't be just a way better cash or XP reward. That's not going to last very long. Because once you get to a certain level, it doesn't matter. I think it just has to be the ability to get lots of animals and the potential for lots of trophies. I'm not sure there is a better, incentive. Gotta go, no worries, man. Appreciate you hanging out today. How are you not a heart shot? Better be a lung anyway. So how do we get there? Probably this way. This gets asked a lot probably, but are new maps random dates or a certain time of year? Pretty consistently, end of June and beginning of December are when maps come out. The last time, well, other than console delays, which they've gotten really good at like sim launches, the last time they had a console delay was like Te Aroa, which was January of 2021? I think, or February 2021 when it came out on console. Anyway, other than that, it's always been like June 20th to June 26th, somewhere in there. And then, I think we've had as early as maybe November 30th, but up to about December 10th. It's a pretty small window every year they release it. Did Rancho get delayed? I thought Rancho just had FPS issues and stuff. I don't think Rancho was delayed. Because I recorded early access videos and then went to Georgia and watched Kyla play it. PC got Rancho like June 20th and console didn't get it till September or October? Really? That doesn't seem right to me. It was August for Xbox? Maybe I'm just misremembering. Maybe I'm remembering another trip. I do know that I recorded like all my early access videos in 2 days or something, and then had them come out throughout that week when I was gone. It was the last delay, it was when the open letter to EW happened. You sure are misremembering, huh? Yeah, my memory of that is going down and it releasing and Kyla being able to play. I guess I was in Georgia when it finally did come out too. Back then, it was like literally every 2 weeks. Either I was flying down or I was going to Pittsburgh to pick Kyla up, so who knows. That's epic, Bottom Boy. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's... Well, I skipped school because I was 12, but I'm glad I'm not the only one that, like, skipped on work or school for a particular release. A smidge angry, just a smidge. Them long-distance drugs, indeed. Then when they released Rancho on Xbox, it was unplayable. That I definitely remember, because the animal densities in just a couple areas were so high. I mean, 10 FPS may have been generous. It was so laggy. How old are you? I'm 12. I'm actually 25, but 12's funnier. Alright. Gonna do a little time reset again. What's up, Seth? First stream, thank you for making these videos. It got me into both Call of the Wild and Way of the Hunter. That's awesome, man. 'Tis my pleasure. I'm glad you're enjoying them. It was so slow. I remember Kyla had 2 level 9 Bobcats. And I don't remember if they both would have made diamond. I know she got a diamond out of it. Maybe messed one up too, I think because of the lag and stuff. But it just took forever to track him down because the game was running at 0.12 FPS. Best of luck, gotta go. Sounds good. Appreciate you stopping into the stream. You think he's 40 if he heard his jokes? Ooh, I need to make a channel point redemption thingy on Twitch to read from the dad joke book. Oh, it kind of does, Chad. I guess you need that O in there. 25 years old, mentally 12, and physically 73. You know, my back hurts still from driving to... Well, actually, it hurts from driving back from Georgia. It didn't bother me driving down. But the physically 73 really fits right now. I'm an ancient boy. I always thought... Because I was like 17 when I got started on YouTube. I always thought there's going to come a time when I'm like no longer relatable to a certain age group. I don't know when that is, but every year older I get, I'm like, maybe this is the time. Maybe I'm no longer relatable. Gotta get lumbar support? I do need something better. Because I don't mind long drives. I actually quite enjoyed, just especially since I got the newer truck. I quite enjoy the drive and stuff, but I mean, when it's every 20 or 30 minutes shifting to get comfortable, not shifting gears, obviously, it just... You're about ready to be done pretty quick by then. If your back hurts from driving, how are you gonna go hike up a mountain for the red deer hunt? Well, I guess because my back's not gonna be lodged in one position when I'm hiking? I don't know. You got the lumbago, Peter? I would say it with the grovelly voice of Uncle, but my voice is kind of dying. This happens every time. I take a week off streaming, and my voice just can't hold up to a 2-hour stream. Not that it can't hold up, it does in the end, but not quite as robust. What did Soup say? I missed it.
Get you to the gym.
Oh, sitting all day just wrecks you? Yeah, it does. The, my gym typically is mowing the grass in the summer, playing with Shadow throughout the year, and then hunting and fishing. Not that I'm in, like, ripped shape, but I'm in rather healthy shape, I would say. I like Chad's approach. If the guy in Call of the Wild is running, I'm getting exercise. Now that you say that, I've run like 25 kilometers today. I just skipped the gym today because I had so much work to do? Yeah, right. That's what they all say. Slightly round is a shape. Get the blow up SpongeBob arms? That saves you, like... It actually saves money, right? Because then you don't have to pay for the gym membership. And saves you time so you can, you know, run more miles in Call of the Wild. Getting up out of bed is more than enough. Exercise. Get a pull-up bar and then you're good to go. What's going on, Nick? Want to get a gym set up in the garage? Initially, I guess we could do it in our garage. I wanted to do something in the basement, but the... I can't think of the word. It doesn't have a ceiling, so this is incorrect. But the ceiling is so low that you'll just hit your head if you do any actual, like, movement. Got a rare pig on Tay? What fur? Hardest diamond in the game. Probably like side-striped jackals since they don't drink anymore. At least red fox still drink. How's the hunt? Not too bad, man. We had a troll moose, which isn't a surprise. Just been running around trying to get back into the swing of things. What's been interesting... Well, actually, it was really only on the first run. We had a lot of moose in new spots. And then... I don't know, those moose seem to have disappeared. I don't see them there this run or the last run now. But either way... Been killing quite a few. No diamonds or rares just yet, but we got time. Last time we came here, what actually happened was they came out of the mountains and drank right about where that one is. Let's go see if there's any there. Pink? Nice. I was looking through a PA record book and saw your IRL giant as one of the picks. I thought it was so cool that I actually ended up with my picture in the record book. The guy that scored my buck Like, it was a whole ordeal to begin with. I called the most local guy, and he said, like, the soonest, I'll call it scoring appointment, I don't know, was gonna be like May. And I shot it in December. So that's way past the 60-day drying period. And they do continue to dry a bit. You know, that could have cost me a little bit of score. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll call someone else. So I ended up calling a guy by Erie, which is like a 3 or 3.5 hour drive. I go all the way up there. The guy couldn't have been nicer. Like, if I get another animal worth scoring, I'll probably go there again. But anyway, he knew the guy that puts together the record book. And one thing he said was, because I tagged that buck through the ear, I was more likely to get in the books because that's the actual legal way. Most people, when they shoot a big buck that they want to get mounted, tag it around the antler, which is not what it's an ear tag. And that's like a big thing, I guess, legality and all that. I did that, you know, just because that's what I always do. And as soon as I did it, I cut the ear and I was like, oh, I'm getting this mounted. That was stupid. But I guess it worked. What's up, Joe? Trip was great. I had a really good time. Shadow was having the time of her life on the boat. She got to do a little doggo socializing and human socializing. I mean, we had Kyla's Jurassic Park themed birthday party. There was like 20-something people, so she got to see a little bit more crowds. And I mean, literally everything she handled really well. 12-hour drive there and back in the truck, no big deal. And then we went to my mom and dad's yesterday. It's just, you know, a little 30-minute drive. And what we did when we took her to Georgia was we put a bed and a blanket and stuff in the back seat. And that kind of helped her just understand, like, oh, I should lay here. So we get in the truck and because she normally just sits on the center console. We're like 5 minutes in and she's jumping in the back seat like, I'm going to bed. You guys wake me up when we get there. How much FPS do you have? I cap my FPS at 60 because it will cause less lag and stuff for streams. I don't know what I typically run Call of the Wild at if I don't cap it, but I do. How would you feel about a hunting game that focused more on like feed hunting, like you find a good setup and set up a feeder or food plot that had a stand? I forgot to claim that moose earlier. I told you guys that would happen. I'm not necessarily sure about like placing a feeder and stuff. I don't know how that would play necessarily. Like, and by play I mean how people would react to that. But the food plot thing is something I've kind of always wanted to do. I'll take what you're talking about and take it a step further. A hunting game focused on like land or property management. So potentially creating bedding by cutting trees or creating shooting lanes. I know all this would be a giant pain to actually design and make, but planting food sources, if you really had to consider like your angle of approach, where the deer are going to bed, where they're going to come from, if they really traveled properly, like with the wind, all that stuff, I'd love that. Your aim is so good. Well, I appreciate that. If it would have been better on the turkey this morning, that would have been cool, but I guess I gotta do more shotgun hunting and Call of the Wild next. How many deer did you kill in real life? Ever? I think 32 or something. It's another thing that bugs me about oofing on that turkey. Shotgun's the easy weapon to hit things with, and here I am. I haven't missed a deer in years, but yet. What's going on? We are just grinding for a great one, Moose. Chilling, you know, getting back into the swing of things with streams and videos and all that good stuff. Farming Sim meets Call of the Wild? Kinda, yeah. If I could do more in Farming Sim that would then, like, translate decently well into Call of the Wild, I would actually do some, like, farming, hunting crossover videos. I've been meaning to do like a fishing and hunting crossover video. I've done it on stream once or twice. I never did a video for it, but I think it'd be fun. What about a game that is like Call of the Wild Classic and Farming Sim and you choose what you do? If I'm understanding right, you're almost going like a GTA roleplay vibe there. I think it may be best left as 3 separate games, to be honest, but if you could do all of them at different stages, maybe. Why is 12 your favorite number? Just because it's 12. There's a whole story to it that what I'm actually going to do is tell that story on my Clips channel, and then people that want to know, I'll link to that, because it takes a moment to go through, and it's really not a fascinating story. Your videos are the best? Well, I appreciate that. What gun is that? The 300. Call the Wild the Angler is lame, no offense. I mean, I didn't make it. No offense taken. I think it still has potential. Just knowing Expansive Worlds, as much as we were talking about console delays and struggles and stuff earlier, the Hunter Call of the Wild was a mess when it came out. It was really rough. And it got a lot of the same criticism that Call of the Wild the Angler's getting. And it's far and away the most popular hunting game in the genre right now. So, I just think that Call of the Wild the Angler has a chance to also reach that. I'm an East PA hunter. I bet things are quite different for you in the West. I never hunted Eastern PA, so I wouldn't be able to, like, compare or anything, but I imagine it is quite different. Depending on where you're at, like if you're closer to Philly or anything, as I understand it, there are a lot of deer. A catch animation? So this may be wishful thinking, admittedly, but I'm hoping that, secure catch or whatever they added is like a placeholder for that. I could see that being a thing, because why else would they bother with that? How? This doesn't make any sense. Unless I shot him twice? If I hit him poor earlier or something? Ever hunt in Texas in real life? For like 6 hours one time, yeah. So, right when the pandemic started, obviously we didn't know what was to come, but my brother and I, we made this plan Christmas of 2020, or of 2019, that we were going to drive to Texas, it's like a 25-hour drive, and go and visit my cousin, and we were going to go fishing, hunting, and all this stuff. So, we drive down there, we go to literally the last rodeo in Houston before it got closed. The one the next day got canceled because of COVID. And then that night, we were going to go and hog hunt with one of my cousin's friends. And we got there at like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. And he had stuff sort of semi-ready to set up. Like he had the green lights, the motion detectors, and all this stuff. But he had 4 of each, but only 3 worked. And he kept on getting the combinations screwed up. He had trail cam photos of a big boar that was coming into the feeder right about between 12 and 2 a.m. every day. We didn't get in the blind till 3. So I did hunt, but I might as well not have been hunting. What's up, Unknown? Is a 300 Magnum worth it? Definitely. There should be an oldies pack where it's like a flintlock, really old weapons from war or old hunting weapons. I think a lot of people would like that. On the other side, you would have a lot of people that are like, none of these weapons are better than the current ones in the game, and that would also be true. But I think people enjoy things like, you know, the 45 Colt that came out. A lot of people like the Caplock muzzlers. The inline kind of isn't good, but be that as it may. Texas is a long way to go for a non-hunt. Yeah, and I would have gone either way, but I was really motivated for that trip, specifically for the hunting side that didn't happen, or basically didn't happen. So that was a bit of a bummer, but it was still a good time. My cousin caught like a 5-pound bass, which I bet he wasn't standing like I was when I caught the one in West Virginia, but even still, the fishing at least went decent. Do you think the Way the Hunter and Call of the Wild should collab? I guess I don't know what you mean by collab. The cap lock's awesome, needs to be allowed for Class 9. It's more than capable on Class 9 animals, I'd agree. Let us do it, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I feel guilty if I waste half a day after your 5-hour drive. Oh, dude, like, when we're down there both times, I am more than happy to, like, chill and whether it's riding around in the buggy or doing any of that stuff. It's all good times. I tried to tell the story of catching that bass, by the way, when we were on the boat. I don't think I did as good a job as you. Is Dusky Fur type rare for Kudu? I don't know. Maybe? Now? It didn't used to be. But they like standardized fur type rarity and stuff with Reventuli Coast, I believe. And I can't say I've shot a Dusky Kudu since then, so I can't really answer that. I'm trying to think where. Guess we can go back here. It's easier to do when you kill one on day 2. That definitely helps. Red brown's the rare for females, otherwise male and albino. Gotcha. So, to extrapolate, Dusky is not rare. Is an albino female lion rare? Yes. There's a Dusky fur type kudu? Yeah, they're almost like, the best way I can describe them is they look like elk. Their body is like a tan color, and then their head's like the darker gray still. What's up, Gorilla Tag? I just saw your video with Big Chicken on top of the hill. I bursted out laughing. That was one of my favorite things that's ever happened in any game ever, because I was one of the only people that had early access to Way the Hunter, because there was an issue. Any content creator that had early access, if they owned the the Elite Edition or something, early access didn't work. And there's something going on too. Like I found that out somehow because I wasn't first to early access for whatever reason. So I made a separate Steam account, bought the game fresh, and started over, so I was able to do it. And I really felt like I may genuinely have been the first person to ever see that, along with all you guys that were watching. So I thought it was really cool that happened on stream. It was like, we actually just made a legit discovery, I think. Just killed my first black bear? Nice. What should the next great one be? I want it to be mule deer, but from what Jaxy has said, they intend to stick with the base game great ones for a while yet. Of the remaining base game animals that don't have one, Roosevelt elk could be really cool. I think fallow deer could work. I think roe deer actually are an underrated potential one. Coyote maybe? Red fox would be interesting. And then there's theories out there about Euro bison, but I don't know that I would say that should be the next one. I just would say because of the multi-mount, people think it may be. Broncos record prediction. I'd like to see their schedule, but 11 or 12 wins. Mallard, that'd be a good one. Do dark fur type Gensbuck still exist? I think so. I think they're rare now. Got a blonde lion today. Nice. They're one of my favorite rares. They look very cool. Cinnamon teal, great one. As long as they're more rare than diamond cinnamon teal. My goodness. Have you ever shot a diamond roe deer? We've had quite a few. The last one we shot was right before Reventuli came out, I think. It's almost a year ago now. I don't know what called, but I'm guessing it's that track, and it's not big, which means we're just gonna go claim this. That guy's scooting on in. We might as well shoot that too. What map do you recommend to buy as my first one? Are you still, like, fairly new to the game? You're still, like, say, below level 30? If so, I'd get Teal'Roa. It's very beginner-friendly. What was your most recent diamond? Well, I can't say because it'll be a spoiler for what I think is going to be Wednesday's video, if I can, because I just forgot. What I should have been doing today, instead of recording what I think is going to be Wednesday's video, would have been editing the montage, because the Best of April montage should be tomorrow's video, but I haven't even started, so assuming everything goes to plan, Wednesday's video will feature a diamond that we probably haven't killed in a long time, but I'm not going to get hopes up too much. It's not a crazy cool thing, it's just one we haven't had in a while. Great one, Blacktail, there you go, that's underrated too. I'm gonna, I don't know, I don't like doing conjecture videos. Maybe I could do it as like a short or something. I think they should do a Great One Blacktail with variations of the old Legacy Diamond Rack, but then find a way to make it clear that it's a bench leg. And for those of you in chat that don't know what a bench leg is, that's a mule deer blacktail hybrid, which easily explains the giant antlers. Easy fix. I was heading to the cave to kill the albino diamond bear from the Tiger's mission. Suddenly I got attacked by a pack of wolves with a diamond wolf and also an albino. What? That's wild. I didn't even know there were wolves up there. Obviously when I did the mission, wolves weren't on the map yet, but that has to make that experience way cooler. You're a hybrid? Yeah. That's right, don't you forget it. A super underrated weapon is the 243. I agree. People ask, like, what the most underrated weapon is. I always say the 243. Because I think, just because a lot of games sort of do this, if you're newer to the game or maybe haven't used the 243 much, there's a good chance your opinion is like, this is the starter weapon, it sucks. But it's actually really good. For anything up to deer-sized animals, it's one of the best options. Great one should be level 12. So, similar vein, I had a conversation with, I think it was Mel and Kyla, maybe Tyler was there, just goofing around. But basically what I was saying was, they should add Way the Hunter's version of Great Ones as a 12-star animal. I then had a dream that somehow, like the way that Way the Hunter started displaying their things, what the heck is happening? What is going on? Can't get a decent shot at that. I don't know what they were doing. Anyway, I had a 5-star Kodiak, and I didn't know it was a 5-star Kodiak because there were a bunch of like empty slots where there should have been stars because now 12-star was a possibility. And I guess maybe it's a bad idea because in my dream I said something like, why would they design it like that? I didn't even know it was a 5-star. That's a stupid idea. Is Great One Line an option? Maybe one day, but if they stick with their current approach and what they've said, they want to do base game animals, and obviously lions are not a base game animal. Base game animals, by the way, are anything on Hirschfelden and Leighton, if you don't know. Cool story, tell it again? No, you can rewind the stream if you really want to see it that bad. Give me that watch time. How many kills did you get before your Great One Red Deer? I think it was 5,600 or 5,400. I think 56. I think Fallow Deer's next with a Great One. Frankly, it makes too much sense. Because we only have one Hirschfelden species. They're one of the most, like, grind-friendly animals anyway. And I think EW is leaning into, like, the fact that grinding is a big part of the game now, and they're just like, they're cool with that, I guess, if that makes sense. I was very confused at first, Captain Murray. That's awesome, man. Tyreek, thank you for the super chat. Was the Easter pack only on Easter? It was available for like a week or two, I think. Oh, that was close. He turned for just a second. We clipped him. Can't get a vital hit. I don't know if he's gonna die. Just got a diamond in links. Nice. Been doing a moose grind on Yukon and killed 100 plus without a diamond. Got any tips? Honestly, I wouldn't even say that's uncommon. In 1100 kills here on Layton, we have 3 diamonds, I think. So that's 1 every 350 kills. Kind of the way it goes. I'm going to say he is not dying. Alright, let's then go. Where have we not been? We checked there was nothing there. I think we went here already. We'll check this spot real fast and then maybe go down to the south where stuff wasn't at yet. Which great one would you like to see the most? If I could pick anything, including non-base game animals, I think mule deer is a clear #1, like, coolest potential great one. 6 mythicals at 1 lake, that's pretty wild. Just saw an albino level 3 female Cape buffalo, but it got away. Any tips for finding it again? What I would do is look at the map, find the closest water source to where you're at, and consider that it could be the water that surrounds the map. And just set it to their drink time. I think that's 9 to 12. I would maybe start at 10 because I think Cape buffalo get to zones pretty late too. And just semi-slowly move around all the nearby water. Moosecapades? Who said moosecapades? I like that. Just messed up a Diamond Rocky Mountain elk because a headshot was zeroing for 362 and it was 80. No way. And that hit that high? That's big unfortunate. Hopefully you get a chance at redemption with that. I wouldn't have guessed it would be off by that much. Mississippi of all places. Oh, even better. Should say thanks to you because your recent vid inspired me to hunt turks there. Nice. Did you shoot like with a shotgun, like properly, like I was trying to do? Coyotes definitely need to rework. My diamond looks like trash. They got a slight, like, retexture when Rancho came out, but yeah, they're still not maybe up to snuff with some of the better models. How many great ones do you have right now? 2. 1 whitetail, 1 red deer. Speaking of that mission where someone said they got attacked by wolves, same thing happened to me on Friday night. Doing the mission, you had wolves attack? I wouldn't hate it if that was a scripted thing. Because it sets the tone for something epic having to fend off wolves first. Now that it's all over, express to me your opinion on the Aaron Rodgers trade to the Jets. As far as the compensation goes, I haven't looked into it much. From what I'm hearing, the Jets maybe gave up a little bit too much to get him. I know you're probably more interested from the Packers' perspective. I think it makes the Jets outside contenders. I don't think they're that likely to win their division. And a lot of AFC teams are going to be good. I wouldn't be shocked if 2 or 3 teams make it from the AFC West. Wouldn't be shocked if 2 or 3 teams make it from the AFC North. There's not going to be a lot of wildcard spaces left if they don't win the division. For his sake, I hope they do, because I think he kind of gets a lot of undue criticism and stuff. The Packers, at least they got some stuff to work with, and I think Lucas Van Ness was a good draft pick for them, but hopefully they know more about Jordan Love than we all do, because I don't think anybody's seen anything to make them think, like, fans, I mean, to make them think that he's going to be the Aaron Rodgers of the Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers move. Let's see if we can get to one more spot here real fast. How do you feel about your favorite team's NFL draft? I'm a Steeler fan. I think they killed it. Broderick Jones, if they can work with some technique stuff with him, I think he's going to be a stalwart left tackle maybe for 10 or 15 years. He's a absolute freak. Like, he was a basketball player at his size. If, they can work with that athleticism and stuff, I think they're in really good shape there. They still got Joey Porter Jr., who, you know, Steelers are big on, like, drafting family members of people that, like, that fit their mold, I guess, if that makes sense. And then, who was Darnell Washington their 3rd round pick? He must have been. That was an absolute steal. They already have Zach Gentry, who's just like a not as talented version of Darnell Washington, but I think they really drafted well. I'm sorry I hate the Packers. It happens. JSN was available with the Packers pick? Yeah, they just, I don't know, maybe it's not like a policy, but a semi hard and fast rule for the front office, like, don't draft skill players in the 1st round, because they just don't. I think Donald Driver was the last one. Which, by the way, he was good, so, like, you'd think they'd be like, okay, maybe we could do this. I did Bottom Boy. That was pretty cool. Cowboys fans apparently weren't happy with their draft pick, even though he was, like, exactly what they need. A bunch of my friends on Facebook posted this draft sucks. I enjoyed the draft. I don't know why my friends are saying that. I don't know. I thought everything was rather enjoyable. The Dude Perfect integration was bad. They had poor Donna Kelsey up there. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, she would be Travis and Jason Kelsey's mom, who both of them played in the Super Bowl this past year. She was like required to play along with their bit, and you can tell she just either wasn't comfortable with it or didn't want to do it. And the whole thing was just to promote YouTube or NFL Red Zone, NFL whatever it is on YouTube TV. It was a complete sellout move. I didn't like it. Donald Driver was a 7th round pick. Who was their last 1st round like wide receiver? I thought it was Driver. Is what a way to stabilize the aim. What's up, Sonato? Doing good, man. How about you? Is it just the drilling rifle that used the 9.3x74? Yes. Brian Shaw, 4 times world's strongest man, was a basketball player. He's 6'8" and 460 pounds. You gotta be like that big to be able to be the world's strongest man, though. There is, in fact, a physical advantage to being gigantic. That's not normal. Hello? What are all you guys doing out there? I mean, I'm for it. Shoot more me's from here. Hey, can you shoot a great one already? I've been waiting for you to ask. Been sitting here like, we'll just go and kill him now that you're ready. Speaking of being ready, whenever you're done trotting around like a goon out there, you want to let me know? Alright. I think this might be a bad idea. Almost hit him. Nope, he's doing it again. Tried to get a lucky heart shot. Did not get a lucky heart shot. Didn't get a long shot either. How rare are pieballs? Depends on the species and everything, but I would just say they are a rare animal if you get a piebald for almost anything. Oh, is there a way to stabilize the aim? There's a button to hold your breath. On PC, by default, I think it's left shift. I have it set to spacebar. On console, it's left or right stick click. Skill issue, 100%. I saw Lainey Wilson wearing a Duck Hodges jersey this weekend. Really? That's pretty cool. I remember... Was that 2019, I think? Pretty sure it was 2019. I was streaming and stuff by then. And obviously, as we do now, talking about football and stuff during the stream. And the Steelers kind of had the same season they had this past year. They were like 2-6 or something. and they turned it around, and they were 8-6, I think. They must not have been 2-6, maybe 2-5, 3-6. Anyway, they were like 8-6 down the stretch, and they lost their last 2 games. But I was on record saying if Duck Hodges led the Steelers to the playoffs, whether they won anything or not, I was going to buy a camo Duck Hodges jersey and wear it over my hunting clothes during deer season. I think that would have been great. It's a disappointment that he let me down. Do you think a 221 to 262? If you're going to ask if it's a whitetail, I'm guessing no, but you never know. Blood is under the snow on Medved. Is that normal? Yeah, blood's warm, so it melts the snow, and then more snow goes on top of it. I'm guessing you must just have a weird texture place. I like my answer better, though. Whitetail? It's got a chance. It's a pretty low estimate, but there's room in there for him to make it. She opened for Luke Combs at Acrisure. Okay. Was that the... Yeah, there was a picture of Kenny Pickett shotgunning a beer next to him. Was that where that was? That would make sense now. The best thing ever was a guy on Twitter who was a Browns fan. By the way, this is not going to be a shot at Browns fans or anything. But his name was Deshaun Watson something, and his comment on Kenny Pickett shotgunning a beer was like, not a good look for your franchise quarterback. I don't know if there's really a comparison there. Flantro's back, we back, and I can talk. It's the greatest thing ever. What? You got dead in your game?
I accidentally joined someone's server and it lagged so bad, it literally just jumped at me and died. And it wrecked you, jump at you.
I hate it when dinosaurs kill me.
Jump scare.
Is it worth it to buy the Glock? It's, do you have to pay for anything to buy the Glock, or do you mean like as far as real money goes? It's fun to hunt with. I'm actually going to use it in probably going to be Wednesday's video. There's a chance it ends up being tomorrow, but at least at the moment the plan is for it to be Wednesday's video. Anyway, it's a perfectly fine weapon and fun to use, but it's not like it's not something I'd carry on an everyday diamond hunt. It's something where I'm like, today's going to be fun if I use this. Can you shoot capercaillie on the ground? Yes. Glock is great for Medved. It is. I found out something in a really hilarious way in that video. Iberian wolves are the same as gray wolves in multiplayer. They freeze in place. I was hoping to shoot aggressive packs of wolves with it, but unfortunately that is not what I did. Like in the game, in the gun pack, if you own the DLC, I don't think you have to pay for it with in-game cash. So, by that metric, it's worth it. Guess we'll go back and see if they're spawning here. We may have to move this tent. It's funny, that spot has been so consistent. And the weirdest thing is that it happened when I was away from the game for a week. What if that's a thing? What if animals move when you haven't played for a while? Is the modern rifle pack worth it? Just for the 308 for things like whitetail grounding, if you do that, it is. What's up, Frostbot? T-Swift is worth 1K? I don't know, man. You can do a lot of things with $1,000. I'm telling you, you can. I guess we'll walk over there. A bunch of smalls, but be alright. 400k face cam stream? We'll see about the face cam side of it. The plan, as per usual, when we get to 400k is to do a 24-hour stream on Twitch. That'll be interesting with Shadow. We have not done a 24-hour stream since getting Shadow.
I don't think we haven't even done a 12-hour stream with her. Or 6.
How long did I stream Way of the Hunter? 4? When it came, or when Aurora Shores came out?
Like right now, it should be fun.
Right now?
No, like earlier.
I was gonna say, I'm not streaming for 4 more hours.
Like earlier, she was
Oh, yeah, yeah.
sleeping a lot.
What's a good map to buy first? I think Te'auro is about as, like, beginner-friendly a map as there is. Can we get a little window through here to get both of those? I think we can. Gotta have that guy spotted. That's gonna have to be a long shot at best, but... You know what I think happened? I think the one that we shot first became a bodyguard for a minute, and we hit him again. Much more entertaining 24-hour stream with the shadow bot. Hopefully, anyway. Te'auro has so many diamonds on it. True. It's another appealing part is that you're likely to find a lot of big males, a lot of fallow deer, good number of red deer. I would say feral pigs are like normal rates of diamonds and stuff, but Sika deer make diamond a lot. At least it seems like at the beginning. I don't know where all my Sika deer are at this stage. Alright. What's up, Grandmaster? Not for nosebleeds. I'm pretty sure we did it yet again. We shot a moose over here and didn't claim it. Can you say that into a mic so I can make it a sound alert? Okay. Teach Shadow to play Call of the Wild? If I were a good enough dog trainer, that could be a really fun video. Shot 2 turkeys in one shot, not bad. I wanted to do that in that video, I just couldn't pull it off. Oh, I was about ready to shoot that other one, and that dude just popped in. Did what? I thought we got the heart shot, but I guess not. Alright. Been watching you for some time. You are really chill. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate you watching for a long time. Had a troll 5 medium Sika last week. I was mad about that one. They don't troll much. That is really unfortunate. I think I've maybe had one troll ever. I think the little noise Kyla made in the last hunting video should be a sound alert. That ooh-wee or whatever it was. Is that what you're talking about? So, it's basically the intro to the hunt. We got back from, we got back from West Virginia. We were up in the stands, and because you don't like to talk, I'm holding the camera out in front of us, and I did the whole interview, and then you just said ooh-wee at the end. What's your inventory like? I will show you as we head up through here. Running with the 300, 7 mil, 243, and 22. Got all the colors for the map. First aid kits are a must because sometimes you fall off cliffs and stuff. It do be that way. It's gotta be genuine. Gotta go. I have a great time on the stream. I'm glad you got to stop in, man. Hopefully we'll catch you in the next one, as streams are going to be regular once again. Ooh-wee whenever I spot a max level animal. What if I made it into like a soundboard thing, just to every time I spot it I could just click it? Ooh-wee. Why do you not use scent cover? It's almost like a force to habit thing. So scent cover was broken for a really long time. For instance, if I were to sit right here with scent cover on and call something in, it would work. If I used scent cover here and then walked over here, it was completely ineffective. It only worked in the spot where you sprayed it. So that was basically useless to me, and I just learned to hunt without it, basically. You'll most certainly catch you in the next one. I'll see you in the next one. Maybe? What advice would you give me to what DLC map I should get? Honestly, it's so subjective. Everybody's gonna have a different, like, opinion on what they want out of a map. You can play any map even if you don't own it in multiplayer, so long as someone in the server has the DLC. If, for instance, the last person to own it, or the only person to own it, leaves the session, it will be up for 15 minutes, then it closes. Anyway, I would just go to multiplayer and have at. If you find a map you really fall in love with, buy that one. What is happening? Where's all our Mies? They've decided not to like us. I'd run the coast if we had time, but we're down to like 10 minutes. New merch, Flinter 12 jerseys. It sucked that I didn't kill that turkey this morning, because my brother texted me. I don't even know if I should say this on stream because I think it's a good idea. He texted me, he goes, I just thought of a new shirt design. I was like, why are you thinking of shirt designs? And he goes, roost him and shoot him. I was like, oh my god, we need to make that a shirt. If only I could have killed a turkey and promoted it. I'll try to come up with something. I think it's a good idea. As I've noticed through streams and chatting with you guys, a lot of people hear turkey hunt.
I mean, it's okay, because no one can really steal it from us content creator-wise, because none of them really hunt, so...
I did realize that recently. There's not a lot of content creators that also hunt in real life. It's like TK, me, Dee, boy, I think, yeah, Darth does. I think Lady hunted like once. I think Scarecrow hunted once or twice. But like, active hunters, there's actually not as many as you might think. It's kind of... I've always found it fascinating with the community how many people don't hunt, or even are like anti-hunting. That really is a surprising thing to see. That is something that I just wouldn't have predicted. Not shooting them off the roost. That's not what I said. That's legal anyway. It's just unethical. As long as it's legal, like, you can shoot them. I think. Not like I would know. I never kill them in any way, shape, or form. Greetings, fellow Pennsylvania. What's going on? Best kill you ever made? In game? Hello? The hip shot fallow deer running past me on, I think, what was the last 24-hour stream was pretty cool. Only chase turkeys in my supermarket. My brother, so I missed the first day of turkey. We were down in Georgia. And my brother texted me. He said, me and Dad are going to need help dragging our turkeys out of the woods or something. And I think I told him I didn't know Walmart renamed their freezer section as the woods. I don't think I've ever bought a frozen turkey, but maybe the way I was not killing one today, I should start. My parents are half anti-hunting. I'm the only hunter in the family. It's got to be far tougher starting that way, because anytime anybody asks me for like advice for getting into real life hunting, I'm always like, find somebody that hunts. Like, if you grow up around it, it's a million times easier to understand, to get into gear and stuff, because like you acquire all kinds of gear as you hunt over the years, and you probably save a bunch of it because it's good for one thing or another, and you can lend that to someone as they're learning. He's hiding. Okay, what'd you say?
I said Hatches got it figured out.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Flantro podcast from the field to the freezer, both a play on words and a names of topics you should talk about, i.e. hunting, football, food. Oh, I like it.
Let's do it.
I bet from field to the freezer is already a podcast, so you'd have to put the Flantro podcast in there. Maybe that could be a thing. I'd love to create more content than I already do, but the amount that I make is about as much as I can handle with the current approach. Like, maybe if I did less grinding or something, I've got more time to do a podcast or something like that. Or if I could just like I have a mental almost block in making any content in the evening. I like to do my recording in the morning. I have a hard time recording after like 5 p.m. I don't have a problem streaming. Maybe if it was live, but a live podcast, it just doesn't quite have the same vibe, I feel like, because I like podcasts that have little, music intros and all that stuff, and I know that JRE used to be live and have that, but then you need a producer, and I don't want to pay a producer, so... Looked it up, it is a podcast. I bet it's not as cool as an idea, though. Maybe if I email and tell them they're not cool enough, they'll give it up. What?
I said bullying is exactly what we want to promote on a stream. That.
Joking bullying. Good shots, why thank you. I don't know if we got to 3 actually, but hopefully we did. I still really like Picking Up the Tracks as a podcast name. Speaking of backtracking a little bit, and the reason that I'm doing it is because I liked how Hatchet worked football into that with the field thing, or sports in general. We watched a lot of Braves baseball, and the Pirates are actually good this year too, when we were in Georgia, and it made me want to watch baseball more. Anyway, I've thought of doing like a weekly NFL game picks thing, and just see how I do. I'm sure it would be horrible, my record would be sub 500 and all that. But it might be fun. The problem is how you edit that, because I don't think I'd be allowed to use like logos or anything, so it would have to be text, and it just wouldn't look as good. And meh, I don't know. Maybe I could do it on stream. That'd be alright, right? Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I might have just come up with a solution. What if at the end of the farming sim streams, we just went through it? That might work. Because that's the day other than... I could do that week's Thursday game. It may happen. We'll see. Maybe we can make it happen. Houston podcast? Picking Up the Tracks was you as well? Was it really? What you ought to do is open up a business and just be like a consultant for, I don't know, $1. And then you just got to get a lot of people to do it. But for like a low price, you just come up with podcast names or channel names, or, you know, I'm sure it's not just podcasts that you're good at naming. Nobody here. See, I've lost track of where we were. I think we can go here again, though. What, Captain Murr? Follow-up comment for Albino Cape. Found the herd it was in, but with no albino. How? If you're absolutely certain it's the herd it was in, it's possible that if somehow you only spooked the albino, it's like nervous elsewhere or something like that. Or if a lion maybe did. If you're completely certain it's the right herd and you have their zone, what you could try is, it may work, it may not, is just resting forward to like the beginning of the drink time again and going and checking there. It is 4:58. We got one moose left to kill today, it looks like. No great one, no diamond, but we did have a level 5, so there's that. Flinter napping? I get it. Because flint napping. A little far back for a heart shot, but hopefully that dips into one. That was kind of far for 150, but it did. So, man, it might be shorter to go this way. I don't know. What I'd need is a tent there. I used to have one, and then they stopped spawning here. So I moved it, and now I need it back. Who is Flint, and why is he napping? He's me, and he's napping because he slept for like 2 hours, and then went turkey hunting. That's why. The end. Have you ever thought about doing guided hunts like Lady Legend? It's really tough to determine how to do that, because I did used to do that in the Hunter Classic. And the problem always was, it takes so long to produce individual episodes only because it's the coordination of time zones and schedules and all that, and getting them, finding a date and time that works. And no offense to anybody that I've ever done it with, but, you know, sometimes people aren't the most timely for things, and that can be a problem too. So, there's that side of it. The other side is, because it takes so long to do, what ultimately happens is most people get left out. Most people never get to actually be a part of that hunt. And it sucks that it's the way that it works, but you know, let's say I do one. It's a really popular video. Let's say it gets, I don't know, 30k views these days is a quite popular video for this channel. If that happens, and a third of the people that watch want to participate, that's 10,000 people. Like, 9,980 of them like would never get a chance to actually do it, just because it would take so long to do that many hunts.
That's like lottery style, you know?
That's where I'm stuck, because I just feel like what it ultimately does is leaves more people out than anything. No worries, Captain Moore. We're gonna claim these 2 moose and we're gonna be out of here. Super nervous about a maintenance guy coming to the house. This stream really helps, so thanks. My pleasure. We all need naps in turkey season, so I'm trying to, maybe I can just like tomorrow or the next day call one in and kill one and I'm good, because I didn't buy a second turkey tag this year in PA. But anyway, if I do end up hunting the entire season, which I love to do as much as I usually don't kill them, I do very much enjoy the back and forth, the chasing them day after day. To be able to hunt as often as I'd want and still make the videos I need to do and stuff, I would need to find a way to work in naps here and there, and I'm not good at that. I feel like I'm just wasting time when I nap, but if I don't nap, then I'm gonna sleep in, because I'll tell you what, it is really easy to sleep in when you've got a couple days and you don't hear any gobbles. What's the cause of a turkey tag? I couldn't even tell you, because the license thing that I buy, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a something combo license, I think. It comes with like my buck tag and spring and fall turkey tags. It can't be much for a turkey tag, but I don't know the actual price. Nice, Jay. I would love to be a nap. Yes. Will animal warning calls, etc. ever get fixed? Like being the wrong call, or showing a mating call when it's actually a warning call and stuff? I mean, hopefully. Slowly, some of those things have been fixed over the years. Dang it. Honestly, I saw that rock and I thought it was a rare. I think we might have gotten that shot off if I didn't do that. So more piebald moose in tomorrow's video. For what? Video. For once, it's not a piebald moose. We weren't on a map where there were moose, so it couldn't have been. Well, I guess technically tomorrow's video is going to be the montage, so yes, there's going to be more piebald moose in it. The video after that, Wednesday, I'll give you a slight hint. It's a, well, not a hint towards the animal, just a hint towards the video. It's another kind of unique loadout video, one that we've never done, and I think one that'll be popular in the sense that people will want to see it. It's a genre of weapon, and by that I don't mean rifle, pistol, bow. I mean like the type of action that it has. On that note, that is going to do it for this stream. When's a classic video? Probably this weekend. We'll see what we do, but there is going to be a classic stream Wednesday night over on Twitch at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, that shall wrap this one up. So, no great one, no diamonds. Probably 50 kills or maybe more than that. Somewhere in that area. Not too bad. So, hopefully that will get us further down the road towards getting a great one. Anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support today. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.